Greetings, family and friends. Welcome to my vlog. My name is Nemeka Silla, and today I'm at a supermarket's cafe. Actually, I've just finished playing tennis, and I've come here to have a cup of tea and some soup because here's my soup. You see it? Yeah, you can see my soup. And I will also be having some tea. So drinking tea is one of my most favourite things. I do it a lot at home and outside. So if I'm out and about, the thing that I will get is a cup of tea, you know. And today's no different. But I had some time playing tennis this morning, as I said, and it wasn't so bad. Actually, I've got a coach. It's not like I play as professional people do or anything like that. I'm not at that level yet, I don't think, but I've got a coach, and it's my my local tennis club. You can go and search for your local tennis club if you live in the UK, that is, and then just find a coach if you're interested. So what happened to me was I started to learn to play, because I never played tennis at school or anything like that. That soup's quite nice, actually. So I started to play, I would say quite late in life. I was 50 plus. And that's when I started to play. I'd always been interested. And I remember years ago, when I lived in West London, I'd actually joined a tennis club because I wanted my son, at that time I wanted my son to learn how to play. But I wasn't so focused on it, and also there was no motivation, there was no sort of encouraging you to do the right thing back then. But now that I had a bit more time on my hands and I was looking for something that could build me up a little bit more, that I could potentially play, and potentially be alright at in playing, I thought, why not do tennis? Because later on, my son did go and learn how to play tennis, and he was actually quite good at it. You know, and I'm not saying that just because he did it, so therefore, but I thought to myself, why not try? And then last year I sort of started at home in Sierra Leone, and then I picked up in the UK and followed it through. So I'm still at it, and I actually quite enjoy it. I'm doing it quite a lot, twice a week now, and hopefully I'll be able to get things going, you know. I think tea's wonderful. It's the best drink on earth, in my view. Well, one of. So yeah. So I've just finished playing tennis. I'm sitting here. I'm thinking I'll just have some soup, have some tea, and then I can wend my way home. It's alright. I would need to put a little bit more hot sauce in that soup to make it even better. It's not my usual level of spiciness. I'd put a bit more. Actually, there's an actual spoon here. Instead of using the teaspoon to eat my soup, just use an actual spoon. I can't take some people out, can you? Copper spoon. Nice. I don't know. I don't know whether they actually cook these things or they just come pre-packed in a packet. Yeah, like thick powder, and they mix it up, and that's it. That's your own call. Yeah, having a little bit of soup. Lovely. Bits of carrots in there. Bits of rice, I think. Or noodles. Quite filling. I had a little bit of pasta this morning because I had to empty my freezer, my fridge. I had to empty it because I was replacing it because the one that I had is broken down more or less. So I was waiting for them to come and deliver the new one this morning. I had to get rid of all the stuff in the old one. Oh, that was a bit hot. That actually was a bit hot. So that's what I've been doing this morning. It's really fun because I've got my tennis racket here. It's my tennis racket. And I noticed that the tennis racket that my coach uses is a bit different to mine. It's sort of shaped differently, and it's like if you've got bigger hands, you can use it. I just got a bog standard one in the sports shop because I wasn't sure which one to get, but he said that my racket was okay. It's a little bit hot. That one. Nice. Yep. So that's how my Thursday's been. It's been work at home. Play tennis. A bit of walking across town to do this and that. Yeah. Ooh, by the way, I'm undoing the braids in my hair. I mean, I've had them on for like, I don't know, what, 3 months or something. I was just saying the other day, there's absolutely like no Afro hairdressers in the town where I live. Otherwise, I'd have gone in, somebody would have washed it, given it a little bit of colour, and it would have been a bit nicer. But with no hairdressers, none. There used to be some years ago, but it's all changed now. And when I lived in London, I had my pick of hairdressers, And I lived in West London, and I had my favourite hairdresser. She was on Shepherd's Bush Green. Actually, no, she was on the Uxbridge Road in Shepherd's Bush Green. But there were like about at least 20 other hairdressers that you could go to in that sort of small stretch of the road where she was on. But there's loads of black people there anyway. Shepherd's Bush Green, White City, Actors. That's my turf, girl. That's my turf. There are loads of hairdressers there. You could pick and choose what you wanted. And I love them because they're all ladies my age by then. And they all had children like I did at the time that were school-age children. So we had a lot in common. All sort of youngish black women back then, you know. some people had husbands and some people didn't. We'll say no more on that one. So yeah. So it was great fun in those days. And my son had his barber in West Ealing, on the Uxbridge Road again. Because the Uxbridge Road starts in Uxbridge, I think, and it goes right through to Shepherd's Bush Green. Past it goes right up to almost the junction of, or the barrier between Shepherd's Bush and Holland Park in West London. There we go. I'm a West London girl. Lived, worked and studied. I trained at Charing Cross Hospital on the Fulham Palace Road. Had my son in Hammersmith Hospital. What in West London I am. So there you go. Yeah, it's getting more and more noisy in here. I'm not sure what's going on. Terrible noise. I'm going to have to go, folks. This is just very noisy. I'll continue this later on. All the best.